Hey everyone, a very warm welcome back to the channel. And today we have a question number 11 from the chapter of trigonometry. The question is asking us that if cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma is equal to sin alpha plus sin beta plus sin gamma is equal to 0 and cos 3 alpha is equal to 3 by 4, then the value of cos alpha power 8 plus cos beta power 8 plus cos gamma power 8 is equal to how much? The maximum time allotted for this question would be 10 minutes, and ideally you should try to do it within 5 minutes. So you can pause the video, give the question a try, and then make sure to return back to have a look at the correct solution. So I hope you all have tried it out. Now the answer to this question would be 27 by 32, and the method is basically going to use the concepts like cos 3 theta formula is equal to 4 cos cube minus 3 cos theta, cos of a minus b expansion formula, and if cos x is equal to cos y, then x equal to 2n pi plus minus y, where n is any integer. So using these, let's see how to solve the question. The very first thing that we do is basically cos alpha plus cos beta we write as minus cos gamma. Same thing with sine. So sine alpha plus sine beta is equal to minus sine gamma. Squaring and adding, we are going to get on the left hand side we get cos square alpha plus sine square alpha plus cos square beta plus sine square beta, and then taking 2 common inside we'll have cos alpha cos beta plus sine alpha sine beta. On the right hand side we get cos square gamma plus sine square gamma. Now obviously this is 1, this is also 1, this is also 1, and this actually becomes cos of alpha minus beta. Clearly 1 and 1 get cancelled. So if this one I send to the other side, to the right hand side, and divide by this 2, then cos alpha minus beta comes out to be minus half, which can also be written as cos of 120 degree or 2 pi by 3. So alpha minus beta then comes out to be 2n pi plus or minus 2 pi by 3 for some integer n. Then multiplying by 3 on both the sides, we basically get, and of course, I also transpose the beta to the right hand side. So it becomes 3 alpha is equal to 3 beta plus 2 pi into 3n plus minus 1. So basically, I will also take 2 pi common between these two terms. And yeah, that's pretty much all that we are doing. Now, what we need to recognize is that this is an integral multiple of 2 pi, right? Because whether you take plus or minus, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, this is going to be an integer only. So if I take cosine both the sides, we'll get cos 3 alpha is equal to cos 3 beta. So similarly, we can also establish that cos 3 alpha equal to cos 3 beta equal to cos 3 gamma also, because they are absolutely perfectly symmetrical between alpha, beta and gamma. So obviously cos 3 alpha equal to cos 3 beta, they will also be equal to cos 3 gamma. But cos 3 alpha has been given to be equal to 3 by 4, right? So what we can say is that cos 3 theta is equal to 3 by 4 will be satisfied by alpha, beta and gamma. And cos 3 theta I can also write as 4 cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta. Now in this equation, if we are going to substitute or we are going to put x equal to cos theta. So look, basically this equation has roots alpha, beta, gamma for theta. So if we are going to substitute x equal to cos theta in this equation, its roots will become cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. So those roots we are calling as x1, x2 and x3, cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. So these are going to be the roots of the equation. 4x cube minus 3x equal to 3 by 4. So cos theta I've just replaced by x. So on rearranging, this is the equation that we get. But in the question, we are actually being asked to find what? We are being asked to find x1 power 8 plus x2 power 8 plus x3 power 8, right? Because cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, we are calling x1, x2, x3. So this polynomial equation we have, and sum of roots raised to the power 8 is what we are being asked to find. So right now we just have x cube, right? So what we do is we square both the sides. On squaring, this is what we get, but we still have only got x power 6. We actually want x power 8. So what we do is both sides we multiply by x square. So that's how we get this expression. Now look, 9 into x square we have written here, 72x into x square we have written here, but 144x square into x square will become 144x square x power 4. X power 4 I have written as x into x cube. 144 I have written as 9 into 16. And then this 16x cube, I have replaced the value from here as 12x plus 3, right? So that's what we have done. And remaining things remain as it is. And on simplifying, this expression becomes equal to this thing. Now both the sides, now obviously this equation is satisfied by x equal to x1 also, x2 also, x equal to x3 also. All of them satisfy this because they were the roots of the original equation. So what we are going to do is we are going to successively put x equal to x1, then x2, then x3, and going to add all those equations. So it is same as saying taking the sum both the sides have just taken summation, right? Where summation of f of x, in short, it stands for summation of f of x, where x varies from x1, x2, and x3. These three values it takes. So what we are now going to observe is that this is the expression that we wish to find. So we are calling it T. Summation x is obviously S1, sum of roots taken one at a time, which is 0 in this case. The reason is x square coefficient is 0, right, in this equation. So obviously sum of roots taken one at a time is 0. So x cube, now look, it would be equal to 3abc, right, or 3x1, x2, x3, because whenever a plus b plus c is 0, then a cube plus b cube plus c cube would be equal to a plus 3abc, because that is a formula that is very obvious. So a plus b plus c equal to 0 implies a cube plus b cube plus c cube equal to 3abc. So that is exactly what we have used. And of course x1, x2, x3 is nothing but s3. S3 value we can easily observe from this equation. Look, I can write this equation like this, right? Like this I can write. So what is S1? 0. What is S2? S2 would be it would be minus 12 by 16. This would be S2. Then what would be S3? So minus plus minus. So minus of minus 3 by 16. This is what S3 would be, right? So it is basically 3 by 16. And since we have 3 times S3, so 3 times 3 by 16 is 9 by 16. So since S1 equal to 0, we were able to use this formula. Similarly, sum of squares of these terms would be sum taken one at a time whole square minus twice S2. Basically, what we are saying is a square plus b square plus c square is equal to a plus b plus c whole square minus 2 into ab plus bc plus ca, right? That's what we are trying to say. And this is S1, this is S2, right? So that's how I've written this formula. S1 we already know is 0, and S2 we have already found how much. S2 is minus 12 by 16, and basically with this negative it will become plus 12 by 16. Finally it comes out to be 3 by 2. So all these values we substitute now in this equation. So 256 into E, 117 into 3 by 2 plus 27 into 0 plus 72 into 9 by 16. And that's how, on simplifying, we get it to be equal to 216, which is actually 6 cube only. So E comes out to be 256 is also, going to be 16 square. So, but anyways, so it is simply 6 cube or 216 upon 256, which on simplifying comes out to be 27 by 32 as the final answer. So I really hope this interesting question you were able to understand and follow through, and hopefully it will help you in your journey of preparation. Make sure you like the video, hit the bell icon to never miss an update, subscribe to the channel, comment down below what more you would like to see next, and share it with your friends, and I'll see you all in the next one.